Bible is so amazing. When you get to the point where you actually understand what's going on, there's no way you could ever read it the same again. Now, we can both agree that I don't know what you're going through in life. I haven't talked to you today, but after watching this video, don't be surprised if you find yourself saying, this showed up at the perfect time. So we all know about Jesus being crucified. He was in the garden praying, Judas found him, betrayed him with a kiss, all that stuff, right? Now, I'm not saying that's incorrect, but if you start there, it is incomplete because there was something that happened before the betrayal that you will probably never hear in church. And it's not because they didn't want you to know, it's likely because they didn't realize it was there. So in John chapter 18, right before Jesus is arrested, he's seen throughout scripture doing some traveling. He had been in Jerusalem and now he was headed to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray. Now at first glance, this may not seem like a big deal, but let me show you why it is. Where did we say Jesus was coming from? Jerusalem. That's right. And where was he headed? To the Garden of Gethsemane. Correct. And what was he going there to do? He was going to pray. Okay, now don't miss this, because these two places seem pointless until you realize they both serve a greater purpose. But in order for you to understand what that purpose is, you have to first understand what these words mean. So the first word is Jerusalem, and it means the city of peace, okay? Now remember that. And the next word, Gethsemane, means oil press. Now I know what some of y'all are thinking. So he was leaving the city of peace to go to an oil press? Well, kinda, but there's something that happens in between. In order for you to get from Jerusalem to the Garden of Gethsemane, you had to go through the Kidron Valley. Now see, that may not be seen as a striking statement until you discover what it means. The Kidron Valley was also known as the Valley of Decisions. It was the place you found yourself in when you kept going back and forth. Now I'm about to say something and only 3 of y'all gonna catch it, but it's where you are when you in between peace and pressure. Now watch this, because I'm in the book. It's where you find yourself when you realize, if I'm gonna do what God has actually called me to do, this version of me is gonna have to die. Now see, that's a message in itself, but I promised myself I wouldn't bother that today. But here's what I want you to see. If Jesus's journey required him to leave what was comfortable in order to get to his calling, what makes you think you exempt? Now I'm gonna say this and I'm done. You got too much potential for you to still be where you currently at. At one point, it was okay for you to be here, but now you know too much to not be doing better than what you're doing. And you know exactly what area of life I'm talking about too. Now I'm not saying the journey is gonna be easy, but if there's anything that Jesus just taught us, it's this. When your journey requires you to go through a valley, make sure you find yourself going into prayer. Y'all